Hi, and welcome to Trending Biz Tech. My name is Eric, and I'm the owner of Endless Technology Solutions.
And my name's Jack.
Last week we missed out on our weekly video because there wasn't too much going along, but no worries. This week we have 5 new topics for you that are pretty exciting. At least if you're me and you're into geeky things and you're kind of a little bit of a nerd, yeah, they get exciting. So we'll be discussing Microsoft Pay today. It's going to be competing with a lot of other payment methods out there. Next is going to be Office 2019. And we're going to be speaking about the net neutrality rollback and the opportunity that's going back into the government. After that would be a Twitter security notification. I'm sure if you're on Twitter, you might have had a notification like this, so we'll go in and explain a little bit further. After that is the GDPR regulations in Europe that were updated. We'll let you know what's important in those and what you need to know if you have a business and you're doing work with other people in Europe. So, Jack, how about you get started with Microsoft Pay, what's it do, and anything else, I guess.
All right. Microsoft Pay, known as Microsoft Wallet, started back in 2016, well, late 2015 or early 2016. It was released and rolled out on some Windows phone. Now it is known as Microsoft Wallet, and its main competitors are Android Pay, which is now Google Pay, and Apple Pay. Really, a lot of people don't use Windows phones, and a lot of people don't use Microsoft products, hence they turn everything off in their Microsoft OS, whatever it might be. But Microsoft Pay has some key cunning features that might get people to switch. And one big thing is integrating with Microsoft Office. And before I hit that real quick, just talk a little bit about it. If you are not familiar with NFC payments or near field communication payments, they just go on your phone, and with a tap of a button or just going near to a device that has NFC capabilities, you can pay remotely with your phone, no credit card needed, so long as it is linked before. But they're integrating it into Microsoft Office.
Great. What about other phones? Are we going to be able to use this on Android and iPhone phones, or is this just for people in the cell phone industry, I guess, is just for Microsoft phones?
It is, right now, it's able to be used in Android, Marshmallow and up, which is pretty recent.
Okay.
And any Windows phone. We haven't heard of any iOS.
Gotcha.
But it should be coming if it wants to be a big competitor with Apple Pay.
It'll be interesting to see if Apple allows that too, which we all know Apple loves to be proprietary, so we'll see if that rolls out.
Probably not. I doubt it'll hit the iTunes marketplace.
No, I don't think so either. It would compete with their direct with their direct services.
Yeah.
No. What about Outlook though?
Outlook. So the main reason you might probably won't not think of switching is Outlook. So if you run or own a business, or you're the account manager of that business, you can send invoices directly through Outlook and then get a red statement and a pay statement through their mail. So it'll be a quicker way to send out and receive payments.
Interesting. That would be kind of like, you know how QuickBooks sends out notifications and you have an option to pay with Apple Pay and things like that. I wonder if they're going to go ahead and add Microsoft Pay on with that.
That's what it seems to be. They're already partnered with QuickBooks and stuff like that. Cool. So we'll just be able to email an invoice.
Well, I guess on the note of Outlook, I guess we'll just go on and roll right into Office 2019. Office 2019 is supposed to be released at the second half of 2018. Beta testing is available for that right now, so we'll go ahead and include a link for that in the description, the comments, and things like that. One thing that is really important is this, or is that Microsoft is offering perpetual licenses, which you only pay one time for it and you own it forever. That's going to be a huge difference in the Office offerings right now, because we actually have clients that are asking us, trying to figure out how to just get the one-time only purchase. So thank you, Microsoft, for that. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of satisfied business owners, even end users and everything like that.
And if anyone from Adobe is watching, copy what Microsoft is doing so we can pay a one-time fee for all your Adobe Creative stuff. We
don't like subscription fees. That's just our opinion, though. We like one-time purchase. It works everywhere, So Jared Spataro is the general manager for Office, and we'll go ahead and include this quote up on the screen when we can. However, he told us that the update includes new and improved inking across the apps, like the roaming pencil case, pressure sensitivity, and tilt effects. More powerful data analysis in Excel, like new formulas, new charts, and Power Business integration, and sophisticated presentation features in PowerPoint, like Morph and Zoom. I don't know what those are, but hopefully in the next few months we'll be able to figure out more about them.
It sounds like when they were pushing the Surface Pro and a bunch of their Art Studio tablets and Surface Books, they would sell the pen, and now they're integrating features you can do with the pen, so like write with Excel.
Oh, for presentations and things like that.
Yeah, so you're in the midst of doing it, you write something on your screen, and it follows up wherever you're projecting it.
That's a big move into the tablet sector for those that are using tablets. I know we see them around occasionally, and handwriting is just getting more and more popular on these devices as well. So one thing that this new Office 2019 is going to be doing very well is it integrates with Office 365, which also allows you guys to do real-time collaboration, which will compete against Google Docs and the whole Office suite for Google as well. So that'll be exciting for it to come out. And here are a little bit more of the new features described a little bit more. In the new charts and formulas that's going to be in Excel, it was introduced in Office 365 in early 2016, so you could probably already have those features. It's just going to migrate over to the 2019 version. There's going to be a new tool called the Translator, which you can highlight your selection of what you want to translate, and you can click and translate into a new language. So I thought that would be really cool. Again, getting away from Google's resources. You don't need to use Google Translate. Translate your whole essay and then email it to someone else in another country. After that, we have Researcher. I guess it's going to be a tool integrated in Office. It allows you to provide research, and you don't even need to leave the platform. It also uses information from reference materials and sources that Microsoft only considers credible, so you're not going to have any of that fake news in there. The last item that I have on here is the editor pane. Currently it's called the spelling and grammar pane, but they're going to be renaming it and adding a little bit more features on this one. And a few more features just to list off here is autosave. There's going to be a black theme for people who like to work in the evenings. There's going to be more sounds. There's going to be a text-to-speech feature, which is kind of like a Siri voice dictation. It'll be interesting, actually, how Dragon, the company that specializes in voice dictation, is going to compare against this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm a Google guy. I use Google for pretty much everything. And it seems like they're just directly competing with everything Google's doing, which is good for competition. But like how Samsung and TouchWiz, if bring it down to the consumer level, Android made these awesome apps. and then if you go buy a Galaxy or any Samsung device, they're like, okay, we have our version of calculator, and then we have Android's version of calculator. Just a waste of resources making the same thing.
As you're using a Windows PC.
Yeah. But I'll appreciate the black theme, 'cause I'm up all night, and I'll appreciate the text-to-speech if it works. I don't know how good Microsoft's AI speech learning is, but I'm a better speaker than typer, 100%.
Not me, as you guys haven't noticed.
But those will work just fine for me, and I might actually switch because the autosave feature and the one-time fee, even though Google Drive is free, I should put that. But a lot of people use Office, and I guess I should get it eventually.
All right. Jack, what can you... the next thing we have up is net neutrality rollback. Jack, what can you tell us about this? You're pretty into the whole net neutrality thing. I've seen you have a few Facebook posts here and there. So can you tell us about the net neutrality rollback and why this is important?
All right. So if you don't know what net neutrality is, FCC Chairman Ajit Pai attempted to roll back the Obama Administration Act, safeguarding the net as we know it. So it allows all traffic on the web, non-discriminatory, whatever server, whatever site, whatever content you want to download, to come in at the same speed. So if you bought your ISP's 15 meg down package, every site you go to will load at 15 megabytes per second down, and then however much up you have. So rolling this back, depending on what internet service provider you have, they can throttle your traffic. So say AT&T really likes The Verge but really hates Ars Technica, or really likes Fox and really hates CNN. They can throttle CNN down to like 1 megabit per second, and then it's not going to load for you. And they can even...
I don't think it's really going to happen, but it could.
No, it definitely could, and that's why we're trying to jump on this to roll it back. So I'll keep this short. People who don't coincide with the ISP's common interest will get throttled or blocked traffic, and fake news or other people who have the same goals as the ISP will get boosted or free lane traffic, so faster content. And what this rollback will do is Senator...
Well, let's hold on real quick. When are they going to have this legislation, and how recently was it updated? I heard it was trending on Facebook today. So can you tell us a little bit about the actual dates and maybe how to let your senators know or anything like that?
Oh yeah. So the vote is going to take place on the 12th of June, so a little more than a month from now. And you can let your local senator know by going to the Congressional Review Act link. I'll put it in the description below. And then fill it out. It's a type form, and then you filling that out is kind of like a signature on a form. What's it called?
I don't
know what it's called, but it's just...
It's skipping my brain right now.
fill out the CRA Act and let your senator know, because right now to go through with this FCC rollback, we need 51 votes of the Senate to go through, and right now we have 50, so all 49 Democrats, and we have one Republican, so just one more Republican to vote, and then we can roll this back on June 12th, so equal internet for everyone.
Go do that. It's important.
Please do that. You probably could not watch us if you don't do that.
Well, I'm sure you can. It just in the future it might be throttled. That's what they're saying. There is a potential in the future, but I've heard some companies are saying they won't do that. But the whole thing is that it can be done, and it can be used in purposes where consumers aren't happy, and it benefits larger companies in the long run. So, what do we have next, Jack?
Twitter security. So,
what's that about?
As you may have heard, everyone is going nuts about security because Mark Zuckerberg got grilled about it. And everyone is just trying to comply, but this one is a little bit different because there's an actual bug in Twitter's system. So when you go log into Twitter, when you sign up for Twitter, you make a password. They send it off to their servers, and through that, it does a 4-way handshake. So, hey, I've got your password. Okay, we're going to encrypt the password, and then back, and it sends the encrypted password to Twitter's servers to verify that is your password. If someone were to see the bug or just use it in a bad way, all those passwords could have been leaked and then reverse encrypted to get your passwords. But
so that's what that email was about, huh?
yeah.
So
that was the email.
I gotcha. A lot of Twitters were able to get that, and it basically suggests you to go change your password. So next up, we have the General Data Protection Regulations that was released by the European Union. It describes how companies protect European citizens' personal information on the internet. And so just a few main points. If you have a company that does business in Europe, you've probably already heard of these. If you haven't, consider looking into it. However, a few of the main points that it's trying to get across and update for people is websites must have consent from their users for data processing and every way that they're going to use it. So that's a new feature you might see coming out soon. Also, websites must anonymize the data that is collected to protect user privacy. Next, websites must provide data breach notifications. They must safely handle the transfer of their data across borders, so from Europe to the UK. I know Google does that a whole lot. And then the websites must require, or the compliance, sorry about that, requires certain companies to appoint a data protection officer to oversee the GDPR compliance. That's why there's so many emails coming into your inbox saying we're updating our security policies and our privacy policies. So if you're seeing a ton of those in your inbox right now, it is because of the general data protection regulation that the European Union just passed. Apple's even going as far as removing applications in the App Store that share data with third parties. So this is a pretty huge act that went into place. And like I said, if you have a business doing business in Europe, you might want to take a look at it.
That's really intense. And I've personally already gotten so many emails about terms and conditions and breach notifications and then data transfers.
I have as well.
It's just, and I'm pretty sure you have too, depending on how many services you're signed up for.
This one being one, YouTube. Anyways, I think that's all we have for this week. Check back in next week. We will have another discussion here. Anything else for you, Jack?
No, that's it.
All right, everyone. Well, you have a great week, and we will talk with you next week. Goodbye now.